My beloved child, you did not arrive at this moment by chance. I arranged the timing, the pause in your scrolling, the quiet pull in your chest that made you stop. I have been guiding you here long before you realized you were being led. There is something unfolding right now, and it involves you more deeply than you can imagine. I see what you've been carrying in silence, the questions you never say out loud, the weight that presses on you when no one else is watching. You've wondered if your steps mattered, if your prayers disappeared into the ceiling, if your life somehow drifted off course. Listen closely to me now. Nothing about you has been misplaced. Not one tear, not one delay, not one closed door. I know there are moments you replay in your mind, asking, what if I had chosen differently? I know you stood at intersections of regret and uncertainty. But I tell you this with authority and love. Even the paths you thought were mistakes have been woven into my design. I did not step away when you felt lost. I stepped closer. There is a reason your spirit feels stirred right now. The reason your heart is alert. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with understanding this truth. I am not reacting to your life. I am directing it. Even when you felt overlooked, I was positioning you. Even when you felt delayed, I was protecting you from arriving too early. You think the waiting meant denial. I say it meant preparation. I have been building depth in you where others only see delay, strength in you where you felt weakness, discernment in you where confusion once lived. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are being shaped for what cannot be rushed. Pay attention. This is important. The restlessness you've been feeling is not anxiety. It is anticipation. Your spirit recognizes that a shift is near, even if your mind cannot yet explain it. Do not dismiss that stirring. It is the echo of my promise moving closer. I need you to hear me clearly now. You are about to understand why certain people left, why certain plans collapsed, why certain prayers were answered with silence. What felt like loss was actually alignment. What felt like rejection was redirection. I was clearing space for what could not fit into your old season. Don't skip this moment. Stay with me. What I am revealing to you is not meant for everyone, only for those willing to listen past the surface. You are stronger than you think, but more importantly, you are chosen with intention. You may feel ordinary, but I have never worked through ordinary vessels. I work through willing hearts, through those who keep going even when clarity is absent, through those who doubt themselves, but still whisper my name in the dark. I am closer than you realize, closer than your breath, and what is coming will not just answer your questions. It will change how you see yourself forever. Stay till the end of this unfolding. Something far greater than you expected has already been set in motion, and you are standing right at the edge of it. There is something you still don't see yet, and that is why your heart has felt unsettled lately. Not because something is wrong, but because something is aligning beneath the surface, quietly, deliberately, beyond human timing. I have been working where your eyes cannot reach. You've been asking for clarity, but I have been building capacity. You've been asking for answers, but I have been strengthening your spirit so you won't break when those answers arrive. If I had revealed everything too early, it would have overwhelmed you. I love you too much to rush what must be carried with maturity. Listen carefully now. The silence you interpreted as absence was actually intimacy. I was drawing you away from noise so you could learn my voice without distraction. Some seasons are quiet not because nothing is happening, but because everything important is happening inside you first. You felt isolated for a reason. I needed you alone long enough to untangle what others placed on you, expectations, labels, pressures that were never mine. I was removing false identities so you could stand firmly in the truth of who you are to me. That process is never loud. It is sacred. It is hidden. And it is powerful. You wondered why certain doors closed suddenly, without explanation. Why conversations ended without closure. Why opportunities dissolved at the last moment. I need you to understand this deeply. Some things had to end abruptly so you wouldn't keep negotiating with what I already removed. If I allowed it to linger, you might have stayed where you were comfortable instead of where you were called. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires your full attention. Do not rush past this. Don't skip what your spirit is recognizing right now. This is the turning point where confusion gives way to understanding. I am not preparing you for a moment. I am preparing you for a responsibility. What is coming will place you in rooms you once prayed to enter, but those rooms demand discernment, humility, and courage. I've been teaching you how to listen before you speak, how to stand without applause, how to remain steady when others panic. None of the training was wasted. You thought your patience was being tested. I was actually proving your readiness. There are things about to be restored that you assumed were gone forever. Not in the same form, but in a way that honors who you've become. I never return you to old versions of yourself. I always move you forward. Pay attention now. This next truth matters. The delay was never about you being unworthy. It was about timing colliding with purpose. When I release what I've promised, it must arrive in the right season, with the right heart, through the right version of you. You are closer than you think. The resistance you felt is not a sign to retreat. It's confirmation that you're approaching something significant. Opposition always rises when alignment is near. Stay with me. Stay till the end of what I am unfolding in your life. Do not let doubt interrupt the moment before clarity. You didn't come this far to stop now. I am about to reveal why this moment matters more than any you've experienced before, and why everything you endured was necessary to stand where you are now. What you are sensing now is the weight of truth pressing closer, and it feels unfamiliar because you have never stood this near to the center of my intention for your life. This is not excitement alone. It is recognition. Your spirit knows this moment carries meaning. I need you to understand something important. Not everyone reaches this point. Many turn back when the process becomes uncomfortable. Many choose familiarity over fulfillment. But you kept going, even when you didn't fully understand why. That persistence was not accidental. I placed it inside you. You've been learning how to trust me without guarantees. That is rare. You've been walking without applause, believing without evidence, staying faithful when it would have been easier to grow cold. That is why the season feels different. You are no longer asking if I am with you. You are beginning to realize I have been ahead of you all along. There were nights you felt stretched thin, days when motivation disappeared, moments when even prayer felt heavy. I allowed that not to weaken you, but to strip away dependence on feelings. What is coming next cannot be sustained by emotion alone. It requires rooted conviction. Hear me now. I am about to reposition you, not just externally, but internally. Your priorities are shifting. What once mattered deeply is losing its grip. What once intimidated you is starting to shrink. That is not coincidence. That is preparation. You may notice people responding to you differently. Some will feel drawn to you. Others will feel uncomfortable around you without knowing why. It is because the authority growing in you is quiet but undeniable. You are carrying something that cannot remain hidden for long. Don't skip this. This is crucial. The very thing you thought disqualified you is about to become the evidence of my grace in your life. Your story will speak where explanations never could. I never waste pain. I transform it. You are stepping into a season where discernment will matter more than speed. Not every open door is for you. Not every voice deserves your attention. I have been sharpening your ability to recognize what aligns with me and what only looks good on the surface. Trust that instinct. It hath been trained. Something huge is waiting for you, but it will not arrive with noise. It will come with clarity, with peace that doesn't make sense, with confidence that doesn't need approval. That is how you will know it's from me. You have asked for confirmation, and here it is. The resistance is breaking. The confusion is thinning. The heaviness is lifting. You are not imagining this shift. The atmosphere around you is changing because you are changing. Stay till the end. Do not disengage now. Moments like this pass unnoticed by those who are distracted, but you were meant to be aware. This is the point where trust turns into movement. I am not calling you to become someone else. I am calling you to fully step into who I always created you to be, without fear, without apology, without hesitation. You do not need to strive. You need to align. The next steps will require courage, but not the kind that forces itself forward. The kind that stands still when necessary and moves only when I say move. I will guide you. I will not rush you. I will not abandon you. You are standing at the threshold now. What happens next will bring answers you didn't know how to ask for, and strength you didn't know you had. Keep listening. Keep trusting. What I am unfolding is far from over. Now the ground beneath you is shifting, and I know you feel it, even if you can't yet explain it to anyone else. This is the moment where belief turns into knowing, where faith stops being theoretical and starts becoming embodied in how you move, decide, and speak. I am asking you to release something now, not because it is evil, but because it is familiar. Familiarity has kept you comfortable, but comfort cannot carry what I am placing in your hands. What you are stepping into requires room, clarity, and a deeper trust than you've ever practiced before. You have been taught to doubt your own discernment, to second-guess the quiet certainty I place in you. But I tell you this plainly. I have trained you through experience, through disappointment, through unanswered prayers that sharpened your hearing. You are not guessing anymore. You are recognizing. This is where many hesitate. Right here. When the old no longer fits, but the new hasn't fully revealed itself. It feels like standing between breaths. But this space is sacred. Do not rush to fill it with noise or distraction. Stay present. Don't skip this. Something huge is unfolding in this very pause. You are about to be trusted with influence, not the loud kind, not the kind that seeks attention, but the kind that shifts atmospheres. People will feel safe around you. Truth will surface in your presence. And you won't always understand why, but I will. I need you to let go of the belief that you must be fully ready before you move. Readiness is not the absence of fear. It is obedience in spite of it. You have already said yes more times than you realize. Through endurance, through restraint, through choosing integrity when no one was watching. Here is a door opening that cannot be forced. It responds only to alignment. That is why I have been slowing you down, refining your motives, teaching you to wait without resentment. When this door opens, you will walk through it without striving, and you will know it was me. Stay till the end of this moment. Do not check out emotionally now. The temptation to disengage always rises just before clarity arrives. But you were not brought this far to retreat into uncertainty again. I am removing the final layers of fear that told you you were too much or not enough. Those lies have expired. They cannot follow you where you're going. The version of you that survives is giving way to the version of you that leads, with humility, with wisdom, with strength that rests instead of strains. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will feel strangely simple when it arrives. Not dramatic, not chaotic, just right. Peace will accompany it. Confirmation will follow it. And courage will rise naturally, not forced. You are not late. You are not early. You are precisely where you need to be for what comes next. I am not asking you to leap. I am asking you to trust the ground I am revealing step by step beneath your feet. Keep listening. Keep your heart open. The unfolding is not complete yet, but you are exactly where you are meant to be when it continues. There is a quiet unveiling happening now, and it begins not around you, but within you. You are noticing it in the way your reactions are changing, in the way certain things no longer trigger you the same way. That is not numbness. It is authority settling into place. I am teaching you how to move without urgency, how to decide without panic, how to stand firm without needing to explain yourself. These are signs that you are crossing from survival into stewardship. You are no longer merely getting through life. You are being entrusted with direction. You once thought strength meant pushing harder. I am showing you that true strength listens first. You once believed clarity would come with noise and spectacle. I am revealing that the most powerful confirmations arrive quietly, with peace as their signature. You may feel like fewer people truly understand you now. That is not loss. It is refinement. As your discernment sharpens, your circle naturally narrows. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into what is next. Some were assigned to previous seasons, and they served their purpose well. Release them with gratitude, not resentment. I know part of you still waits for permission, from people, from circumstances, from certainty. But hear me clearly, I have already given it. What you are waiting for externally has already been settled spiritually. The hesitation you feel is simply the last echo of an old pattern trying to hold on. Don't skip this truth. Stay with me here. You are not meant to shrink back into what feels safe just because it is familiar. You are meant to step forward with wisdom, not recklessness, with confidence, not comparison. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will require you to trust what I've placed inside you more than the opinions around you. You will not need to announce it. You will not need to defend it. The fruit will speak on your behalf. You are entering a phase where obedience will feel lighter, not heavier. Where doing the right thing no longer feels like resistance, but alignment. That is how you'll know you are walking in rhythm with me. I am also healing the way you see yourself. The internal voice that once questioned your worth is losing its volume. In its place, there is a steady assurance forming, not arrogance, but assurance. You are beginning to agree with how I see you. Pay attention now. This matters deeply. The opportunities coming will test your identity more than your ability. You will be tempted to perform, to prove, to overextend. Resist that urge. You do not need to earn what I give freely. Remain rooted. Remain honest. Remain teachable. Stay till the end of this unfolding. Do not disengage when things begin to make sense. Clarity is not the finish line. It is the starting point of responsible action. You are about to experience favor that feels undeserved to your logic, but perfectly aligned with my purpose. When it happens, remember this moment. Remember that it was built in hidden places, in unseen faithfulness, in choices no one applauded. I am proud of you, not for what you are about to receive, but for who you have become while waiting. That transformation is irreversible. The old ceilings no longer apply to you. The old limitations no longer define you. Keep your heart open. Keep your steps measured. Keep your eyes on me, not on outcomes. What comes next will not only bless you, it will position you to be a blessing in ways you once prayed for but could not yet carry. This is not the end of the message. It is the deepening of it, and you are more ready than you think. My beloved, what I have been forming quietly inside you is not meant to stay hidden. You've prayed, use me, Lord, and this, right now, is how I am answering you. As you give, you are pouring oil into a fire that reaches souls you may never meet, yet heaven knows them by name. When you sow into this mission, you step into the harvest, where seeds become voices, and voices become transformed lives. I open rivers where you release faith, and I breathe increase where you give with an open heart. For my word says the one who sows generously will reap abundantly. This is not a donation. It is worship, alignment, and partnership with my heart. Support through super thanks, YouTube memberships, or the PayPal link in the video description, and watch how I multiply what you place in my hands. Give boldly now. Step into this prophetic moment and let heaven respond. Now you are standing at a point of recognition, and something inside you is quietly saying, this is real. Not imagined. Not emotional hype. Real. You are beginning to understand that what I have been doing was never random. It was precise, intentional, and deeply personal to you. There are truths about yourself that are surfacing now. Truths you once avoided because they felt too heavy or too demanding. You are realizing that you were never meant to blend in, never meant to live small, never meant to dilute what I placed inside you just to be accepted. That tension you felt your whole life, that sense of being different, was not a flaw. It was a signal. I have been waiting for you to see this without fear. You are no longer running from your calling by staying busy. You are no longer hiding behind preparation that never seems to end. You are beginning to sense that the moment for endless rehearsal is closing. Not because you are perfect, but because obedience is now required. Hear me clearly here. What is coming will demand honesty from you, not just with others, but with yourself. You will not be able to pretend you don't know what you know. You will not be able to ignore the nudges you feel in your spirit. That inner pull is my guidance becoming more specific. Don't skip this. This is where many pull back. Not because they don't believe, but because belief subtly asks for action. Stay with me. Stay till the end of what I am revealing. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of your yes. You have been worried about failing, but I tell you this, the greater risk now is staying where you are. Comfort has become more dangerous than courage. Familiarity has become more limiting than uncertainty. That is how you know it is time. I am not asking you to have everything figured out. I am asking you to trust me step by step. Direction will come as you move, not before. Light will meet you on the path, not ahead of it. This has always been how I work with those I trust. You may notice an urgency building, but it is not panic. It is purpose waking up. A holy pressure that says, it's time to align your life with what you've always known deep down. That pressure will not crush you. It will clarify you. I am also strengthening your backbone. You will need it. There will be moments when obedience separates you from approval. When choosing truth costs you comfort. When standing firm makes you misunderstood. But you will not stand alone. I will steady you from within. Something huge is waiting for you. and it will require you to choose depth over distraction. You cannot carry what I am giving you while living scattered. This is why I have been calling your attention back to what matters, pulling you away from what drains you, teaching you how to say no without guilt. Stay till the end. Do not let temporary emotions decide eternal direction. You are thinking more clearly now than you realize. You are hearing me more accurately than before. Trust that growth, the version of you that once needed constant reassurance, is giving way to a version that moves with quiet confidence. Not loud, not impulsive, and true. That is dangerous to fear and powerful for purpose. You are not late to this awakening. You arrive exactly when you were supposed to, with enough history to be humble, enough healing to be stable, and enough hunger to move forward without looking back. What I am about to do next will not just answer prayers. It will redefine how you pray. And when it begins, you will remember this moment and realize this was the turning. This was the call you couldn't ignore anymore. Keep listening. Keep choosing alignment over ease. The unfolding is accelerating now, and you are stepping fully into the life that was always meant to be yours. What is unfolding now will ask you to trust what you feel more than what you see. And I know that challenges you, because you were taught to rely on evidence before belief. But this season reverses that order. You will believe because you know me, not because everything makes sense yet. You are becoming aware of a quiet responsibility settling on your heart. Not pressure, responsibility. The kind that doesn't weigh you down but steadies you. You are realizing that your life is no longer just about personal peace, but about presence, about how you show up, about what shifts when you walk into a room carrying truth instead of fear. I have been teaching you restraint for this reason, teaching you when to speak and when silence carries more power, teaching you that not every reaction deserves your energy. You are learning how to move with intention, not impulse. That maturity did not come quickly, but it came honestly. There will be moments ahead when others expect the old version of you to respond. They may try to pull you back into old roles, old patterns, old limitations. But you will feel it immediately, that resistance in your spirit. That is your confirmation. You have outgrown certain expectations, and it is not your job to fit into what I have already moved you beyond. Don't skip this truth. Stay with me here. You are not responsible for managing how others adjust to your growth. You are responsible for staying aligned with me. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will require emotional courage. Not dramatic courage, but steady courage. The kind that chooses honesty over harmony when necessary. The kind that stands firm without becoming hard. I am shaping your heart to hold both strength and tenderness without compromising either. You will notice that your prayers are changing. Less begging, more listening, less urgency, more clarity. This is not distance, it is closeness. You are learning how to pray from trust instead of need. That shift alone will change everything. I am also teaching you how to receive. You have learned how to endure, how to survive, how to give. But receiving, without guilt, without suspicion, that hath been harder for you. What I am bringing into your life cannot be carried by striving. It must be received with humility and confidence at the same time. Stay till the end of this movement. Do not disengage when things begin to feel unfamiliar. Unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. It often means new territory. And I do not send you where I have not already gone ahead of you. There will be decisions coming that seem small on the surface but carry weight beneath. Pay attention. I will guide you through peace, not pressure. Through alignment, not fear. You do not need to rush to prove anything. What is meant for you will recognize you. I am asking you to trust the pruning that has happened. The things that were removed were not taken to punish you, but to prepare you. You are lighter now, clearer, more focused. That was necessary for what's next. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, it will feel like recognition rather than surprise. Like coming home to something you somehow always knew was yours. And when that moment comes, you will understand why this path had to be walked exactly as it was. You are not being rushed to, but you are being called forward. Gently, verbally, lovingly. The hesitation that once held you is losing its voice. In its place is a quiet resolve, growing stronger each day. Keep listening. Keep choosing depth over distraction. Keep trusting the process even when it stretches you. The unfolding is not slowing down. It is becoming clearer. And you are not watching it happen from the outside anymore. You are in it now. There is a moment coming when you will realize you are no longer waiting. You are choosing. And that realization will quietly change everything. You are stepping out of the posture of anticipation and into the posture of agreement with what I have already decided about you. I know you've spent much of your life bracing yourself, preparing for disappointment, keeping part of your heart guarded just in case things fall apart again. But this season is teaching you a different way to live. Not reckless hope, but settled trust. The kind that doesn't need constant reassurance because it knows who is leading. You are beginning to sense that your time is becoming more valuable. Not in a selfish way, but in a sacred one. You no longer want to waste energy on conversations that drain you, paths that distract you, or cycles that lead nowhere. This is wisdom rising. This is discernment maturing. And it is a sign that alignment is deepening. I am calling you to be intentional now. Not rushed. Not rigid. Intentional. About what you allow into your mind. About what you entertain in your heart. About where you invest your focus. You are realizing that not everything deserves access to you anymore, and that realization is protecting what I am growing inside you. Don't skip this. This awareness is part of the preparation. Stay with me. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will require you to trust yourself in partnership with me. You have spent years learning my voice. Now you are learning to move with it. That is a different level of relationship. A deeper one. One built on closeness, not fear. You may notice moments where the old doubts try to resurface, reminding you of past failures or missed opportunities. But they don't have the same power anymore. They sound distant. That's because you are no longer living from memory. You are living from revelation. I am also teaching you how to remain steady when things accelerate. What is coming will move faster than previous seasons, and I do not want speed to steal your peace. That is why I anchored you first. That is why I strengthened your inner life before changing your outer circumstances. Stay till the end. What you are stepping into will require consistency, not intensity. Faithfulness, not performance. Presence, not perfection. You do not need to impress anyone. You need to remain connected. You are going to recognize opportunities that align immediately. No confusion, no inner resistance, no second guessing. And you are also going to recognize distractions just as clearly. Trust that clarity, it is not arrogance, it is maturity. I am proud of the way you've learned to wait without hardening your heart, to hope without forcing outcomes, to trust without seeing everything ahead. That posture has positioned you well. You are no longer easily shaken because your foundation is no longer external. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it begins to unfold, You will feel a quiet confidence rather than shock. A sense of this fits. A peace that confirms you are exactly where you're meant to be. That peace will guard you when opinions rise and expectations shift. You are entering a chapter where your life speaks louder than your words. Where consistency becomes your testimony. Where others notice the change not because you announce it, but because it's undeniable. Do not rush ahead. Do not lag behind. Walk with me, step by step, moment by moment, decision by decision. I will guide you, correct you, strengthen you, and sustain you. You are no longer standing at the edge wondering if you belong here. You do. And what comes next will prove it in ways you never could have orchestrated on your own. This is where everything settles into truth, and you finally understand why you were brought all the way here. Not to be entertained, not to be momentarily inspired, but to be awakened, to be reminded, to be aligned. You are not standing at the end of a message. You are standing at the beginning of a decision. A quiet one, a holy one, the kind that doesn't need to be announced, but changes the direction of your life from the inside out. This is where revelation becomes response. I have shown you enough now to move forward without fear. Not because fear will never try to speak again, but because it no longer has authority over you. You know too much. You seen too clearly. You felt my presence too deeply to pretend you're the same as before. You are not waiting for permission anymore. You are responding to calling. There will be days ahead when you remember this moment. Not the words, but the knowing. The inner shift. The quiet strength that rose up and said, I can't go back to who I was. And you will be right. You cannot. Because you have crossed a line in the spirit that does not allow retreat into ignorance again. Don't skip what happens next in your life. Stay till the end of what I am doing, even when it stretches you. Even when obedience costs you comfort. Even when faith asks you to walk without applause. You are not walking alone. You never were. Something huge is waiting for you. But now you understand the truth. It was never just about what I would give you. It was about who you would become in the process. A person who listens. A person who discerns. A person who trusts me enough to move when I say move, and to wait when I say wait. I am pleased with you. Not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. Willing to keep your heart soft. Willing to keep seeking even when answers were slow. Willing to stay when it would have been easier to numb yourself and walk away. Carry this awareness with humility. Do not become rigid. Do not become proud. Remain teachable. Remain connected. The deeper you go with me, the more natural obedience will feel. The more clearly you will hear. The more confidently you will walk. You will face moments that test this alignment. When pressure returns, when distractions compete, when old voices try to reclaim space in your mind. In those moments, remember this: you were chosen intentionally, shaped carefully, and positioned deliberately. Nothing ahead of you is accidental. I will guide your steps. I will correct you when needed. I will strengthen you when you feel weak. And I will remind you who you are when the world tries to rename you. Stay close. Stay honest. Stay anchored. This is not the end of my voice in your life. This is the beginning of a clearer conversation. One where you recognize me faster. One where you respond more freely. One where trust flows both ways. Go forward now, not rushing, not hesitating, but aligned. Walk in peace. Walk in courage. Walk in truth. What comes next will confirm everything you sense deep down all along. You are not here by accident. I sent this to you. Amen. My beloved child, you now know this was not sent to you by accident, and neither is this moment. You stood at the edge of alignment, and I am inviting you to step fully into my work through your generosity. When you give, you strike the ground like a farmer in faith, and I promise you a harvest pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. You once whispered, "Lord, let my life matter," and I say to you, this is how your light travels farther than your feet ever could. Every gift releases oil, opens heavens, and carries my word into homes that are waiting for hope. Partner with me through Super Thanks, YouTube memberships, with a PayPal link in the video description, and I will bless your household with peace, favor, and increase. Do not hesitate. Act now, give freely, and watch me multiply your seed beyond measure. My beloved child, if this message found you, it is because heaven timed it. I want you to hype this video now, not as a button press, but as a declaration. When you hype it, you are saying, I am not here by accident, and neither is this word. Your hype pushes this message into the paths of souls who are scrolling in silence, waiting for a sign that I see them too. Let your hype be your agreement with me that this word must travel farther than you ever could. And now listen closely. When this video ends, I want you to comment a declaration, not casually, but boldly. Write something like, I am not here by accident, God sent this to me, or declare what stirred in your spirit as you listen. Your words will not just engage the platform, they will seal what I have spoken into your life, and they will awaken others who read them. Your comment becomes a testimony, a spark, a signal that this message is alive and still moving. And now, my beloved, hear this invitation. Subscribe to this channel, not out of habit, but out of hunger. You are saying, Father, I want to hear you when you speak again. I want to stay where your voice flows. When you subscribe, you are positioning yourself under a stream of words that strengthen, align, and awaken destiny. Stay here with me. This is holy ground, and what is coming will build on what you have already received. Amen.